Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, rule well. Peace and salutation, brother Ophalek, pushing his word of truth and sincerity. This video here is, don't be a napkin nigga. Alright? Don't be that nigga that take your talent and put it in a napkin. Alright? You want to take your talents and put it on the interchanges and bring back usury or bring back interest. Alright? Don't just hide your talent, okay? And that talent is not talking about you got a talent of playing the piano, or you got a talent of playing sports. You got a talent of, it ain't talking about that kind of talent. The talent is talking about what your weight of measurement of money. Okay? It's talking about what it was a parable, okay? What you have for this truth, okay? You have to focus on the business. Alright? Yahweh Shai, he said that I must be about my father's business. Alright? So Yahweh Shai is working his father's business, and then he's also giving us a portion of that particular business to work also. Okay? So we must be about the business of Yahweh Shai. So thus, this is how we're about the business of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Alright? Because remember, we are following after what Yahweh Shai have laid out. Okay? The Most High Yahweh have given the blueprint. Yahweh Shai laid it out for us to do, set us up, gave us the task, and we must do it. Alright? So you can't take whatever task that you're given and just put it in the napkin. Alright, matter of fact, we gonna get that parable. Alright, this is Luke chapter 19, verse 12. It says, he said, therefore a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. Okay? That certain nobleman would be Yahushua, okay? And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. And what are we supposed to be occupied in? We're supposed to be occupied in the prophecies, occupied in his word, occupied in these scriptures. Alright? Occupied in the business of the Lord. Okay? You don't want to be a wicked and slothful ass servant. You just sitting, as I say, sitting on your hands, twiddling your thumbs, with your thumb up your ass, whatever. Whatever euphemism you want to use. You need to be working, all right? And especially in this particular point in time, with this being the year of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai turning up, okay? The wickedness is gonna turn up. So thus, don't you think that the righteousness, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is gonna turn up the righteousness also? Meaning we're gonna do more work, okay? We're gonna be more in the spirit. All that's going to occur because it has to be a balance within it. All right. Verse 13, and he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said, occupy unto them. So like said unto them, occupy till I come. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. And this is why it says that later on, those that would not, that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay him. So if you are, if you're working contrary to the business, you don't need to be a part of this. Okay? If you're building a house and the blueprint is already set and the schematics are there, you can't be doing your own thing. Okay? You have certain dimensions. You have a certain task that you must perform. You can't half-ass that task. Neither can you just say, you know what, I think it'll be better if I do it this way. No, the blueprint is already set up. The scriptures are already written. We have information. We have the teaching. We have everything that we need to be successful within this business. All we have to do is follow the business plan. All we have to do is occupy till you come. Okay? Matter of fact, let's get that word. I'm going to get that word occupy real quick. All right? This is the word occupy here. And it says to be occupied in anything, to carry on a business. To carry on a business of a banker or a trader. Okay? To busy oneself with. This is the trade. Looks like it says pragmatic, me. Alright. But it's that we're occupied. This is why I said you got to be occupied in this business. The business of the Lord. Alright. This is a real thing here. Alright. Verse 15. And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. All right, so you got to trade this thing. All right. Then came the first, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, Well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, have thou authority over 10 cities. And the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, Be thou also over 5 cities. And another came, see what I'm saying? You're supposed to come back with more. Okay, if you if you be about the Father's business, if you occupy within this business, and you're putting the work into this thing, it's gonna gain, it's gonna prosper, it's gonna bring back more. Okay, that's the way it's set up. But check this out. And it doesn't necessarily, it's a parable, remember. It doesn't mean that just because you have 5, you're going to come back with 10, or because you have 10, you're going to come back with 20, or because you have 3, you're going to come back with 6. You could have 5 and gain 30. You could have 10 and gain 100. You can have 5 and gain 200. You see what I'm saying? It's all up to you how much you shot for how much, you'll gain. Okay? But it's all a part of the business plan. It's all a part of that business model. All right. Verse 20. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. All right. This the napkin nigga here. All right. That's why I say don't be a napkin nigga, because he took the pound and just laid it up in a napkin. He ain't do nothing with it. He just sat on it. All right. Verse 21. For I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. Let's get that word austere. This word austere says is austeros, meaning of mind and manners, harsh, rough, or rigid. Okay, so we knew that Yahushua was going to be. He's a rigid man. He's harsh and rough. Okay, this is a serious business. This ain't nothing to play around. But you see what the napkin nigga did? He hid his talents. All right. Now, once again, that talent is this word, this truth, this knowledge. Okay, so whatever you gain, you put it out there. All right. You don't just hoard, because once again, if you were to go to a library and read every single book in there, you amass a wealth of knowledge, and you just go home and you just sit on that knowledge. Hey, I know everything, but you don't apply it. You lack wisdom. Okay, and what purpose is it for you to gain all the knowledge in the earth and not share it and not distribute it out? All right, you just gain knowledge just to gain knowledge. That's really ridiculous. All right. Verse 22. And he said unto him, Out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required mine own with usury. All right, wanted with interest. He wanted not only the one I gave you, but I want the one I gave you plus more. All right. And he said unto them that stood by, take from him the pound and give it to him that have 10 pounds. And they said unto him, Lord, he hath 10 pounds. For I say unto you that every one which hath shall be given, and from him that hath and not, even that he hath shall be taken from him. But those mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. All right. So if you got it, if you got this knowledge, you got this truth, take it to the bank, interchange it, spread it, put it out there, put what you know out there. Simple as that. All right, don't just sit on it, because if you sit on it, you're gonna lose it, and the Lord gonna take it away from you. All right, you're gonna be that you be that napkin nigga that put that word up in the napkin, or you're hoarding up wisdom. It does you no good. It's gonna be you gonna lose it. You hoard it up, you're gonna lose it. All right. Now, I'm gonna grab a couple scriptures too. Let's see. This is Luke chapter 3, verse 9. And it says, and now also the axe is laid unto the root of the trees. Every tree, therefore, which bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. All right. So if you a napkin nigga, you just lay it up and you don't bring forth no fruit. I mean, you definitely be cast to the fire there. Okay. You weren't given this truth just to sit on it. You weren't given this knowledge just to lay it up in a napkin. All right. Just to hold on to it and do nothing with it. It's the reason why I say the axe is laid onto the root. Okay. Because you're gonna you cut a tree or you pluck it up by the roots, that's it. Okay, it's gonna die, and then it's cast into the fire also. Okay, and that's that second death. All right. This is Luke chapter 6, verse 46, and says, "And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Were we not instructed to go out and bring back usury? Were we not instructed to take our talents and go spend it up? You know, go put it out, go bring it to the bank." Okay, that was an instruction. That was a commandment. All right. So this is something that you must do, especially if it's been given unto you. That's it. It's definitely for you to do. It's Proverbs chapter 26, verse 13. The slothful man saith, there is a lion in the way. A lion is in the streets. Alright? It say the slothful man. Basically mean you always have an excuse. You know? Like I said, brothers are going through a lot of stuff in their lives. You know? It's not easy, but hey, it gotta be done. Let's see, one thing I always love to say is, Yahweh Shem Shai didn't give you this or put you in a position or give you a commandment to go and teach his word or preach his word, and then he not put you in a position to be able to do it. That would make sense. That's some shit that Esau would do. Esau will give you an assignment and then put you in an impossible position to be able to complete the assignment. No, Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai don't work like that. So if you feel like it's too hard, it's not too hard. If you feel like you can't do it, you can do it. If you feel like there's too much on your plate, it's not too much on your plate. All right? I promise you that. Because he not gonna put too much on you. He's not gonna make it too hard. Because what does it profit the Lord if he breaks you down? Like when I say break you down, I mean like breaks you. You know what I'm saying? If he has one of his elect whom he chose, and he said he was gonna be found without guile or righteous from before the foundation of the earth, and he breaks you and makes you fall out of the truth, that will make him a liar. You know, and he makes you fall from his grace. Okay, that will make him a liar. That's why I say he's not. This way you have to understand the nature of our power and just the fairness and justice of him. He's not gonna put you in an impossible position to where you absolutely cannot serve him. You absolutely cannot do what he asks you to do. You see what I'm saying? All right. Verse 14. As the door turneth upon his hinges, so doth the slothful upon his bed. And that's another thing, that lazy demon. Okay, you got to watch out for that. It can come up on you real quickly and easily. All right. That's why you gotta constantly stay in prayer, constantly stay in connection to your power, and constantly be occupied within the business. Okay, because if you're occupied in His Word, you're not gonna have no time to be slothful, because there's always work to do. There's a reason why they say the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Okay, we know that the harvest is the end of the world, but there is a lot of work to be done. Okay. There's more than enough work to be done. Alright. And this is the last one I'm going to get, and I'll finish it off with this here. Let's see. This James chapter 4, verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. Alright. So you got sin as in the transgression of the law. Okay. Sin as in not to break the law. But if there's a commandment given unto you and you refuse to do what was commanded of you, it is imparted to you as sin, because you know that was something that the Lord commanded you to do, something that you need to do. All right. So, like I said, this is another thing. Think about when you have, I know, especially when you wear those suits and you got those handkerchiefs that you fold up and put it in the pocket. Back in the day, they used to, take, if somebody sneezed or had a running nose or something like that, they used to take the handkerchief, unfold it, and hand it to you so you could blow your nose, or, just whatever, wipe your mouth, that kind of stuff. Now, it's not used. It's not used at all. It's literally for decoration. And that's what that napkin was, because, back in the ancient world, they didn't have like paper napkins, like we have without, you go to a fast food restaurant, they throw little paper napkins in your bag or whatever. No, these were napkins made out of actual cloth, actual linen, actual material. Okay. So this is how that wicked, slothful servant, he laid his talent up in the napkin. He just put it in there, folded over, held on to it till the Lord came back, And that's the same thing that they do with them handkerchiefs in the suit pockets, because it's literally just there for decoration. That servant just had his talent laid up there for decoration, and that's what it is when you immerse yourself in this Word and you just doing it just to gain knowledge for yourself and not for anyone else. Just to be selfish with it. That's all it is. Like, you just hold on to it. Just you just got this knowledge of Scripture just for decoration. All right, just to say, hey, I got this knowledge. There's no use for you. But this is why, if you know it to do good and you don't do it, to him it's sin. All right. So to hold on, to get this knowledge and hold on to it and not distribute it out is sin. All right, because it's a commandment that you put it out there. All right, but this is just a quick lesson on that. So don't be a napkin nigga. All right, call all you how about Shema, Shabbat Shema Kakodash. I hope you edified. Shalom.